an early retiree who earned 380,000 US dollars in the year 2023, talked about your best option for making money while you sleep. For those of you who are familiar with the FIRE movement, Financial Independence Retire Early, will certainly know about this guy, Sam Dogan. He's one of the pioneers who achieved FIRE in 2012 at the age of 34 and founded the site Financial Samurai, written books, and often shared his multiple sources of passive income on CNBC articles. Well, today's video is not specifically about Sam Dogan, the financial samurai. More importantly, I would like to draw references and draw inspiration from his story so I can bring out 3 important points for you to work on for you to hasten your financial independence journey. Back to the CNBC article, which is dated 1 year ago in February 2024, it says in 2023, Dogan's passive income portfolio, which includes stocks, bond, and real estate investments, among others, generated about 380,000 US dollars. According to Dogan, the best way to begin earning passive income is through your brokerage account. And if you want passive income right now, I think one of the best options is treasury bonds at 5%. He says is amazing. Of course, he's referencing that to 2023. And he also advised opening online brokerage accounts to buy treasury bonds such as T-bills. Dogan also said, you can earn passive income by investing in stocks too. Dogan has a large portion of his equity holdings in an index fund that tracks the S&P 500. In other CNBC articles, he mentioned that he has 4 rental properties and book royalties from the book that he wrote that he's getting in the form of passive income that formulates the 380,000, and that's before tax. Well, he also did mention that he plans to go back to work after 12 years of being financially independent, but that's a story for another day. I'll link all the articles below so you can read more about them. In case you're new to this channel, here's a little backstory for you. I'm John, one half of the Corporate Breakout Couple. My wife, Fran, and I have achieved our financial independence in 2020 at the age of 40. Like Sam Dogan, we are also multi-asset class investors, although our holdings are different. We are predominantly in real estate, which we have in 3 countries. We have paper assets as well, ETFs and stocks, which we do employ options to enter positions, as well as hedging instruments such as gold and silver. Of course, besides our passive investments, we have other forms of income that's semi-passive as well, such as this YouTube channel. We also have an online education academy called the Breakout Academy, as well as being financial literacy coaches. In today's video, I'd like to bring out 3 key points for you to take notice and to work on because they are super important for you to know, especially if you want to quicken and hit your financial independence target faster. Before I continue, do note that whatever I'm sharing is not financial advice and is purely for educational purposes only. And do hit the like button, subscribe to join this channel so that we can create more videos like this for you. The first important point is make money while you sleep. This is such a powerful concept. It is not an easy concept to grasp, but it's so powerful because most of us, when we grew up, we were taught to study hard, get good grades, get good educational qualifications, and then get a good job and work a good 40 to 45 years before we finally get to retire. So if our income source is only coming from that one job, that single source of income, how else will we think about how we can find ways to make money while we sleep? You have to understand this. As a full-time employee, you are trading time for money, which means you are contracting that 45 to 50 hours a week in order to get a certain pay. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Even for self-employed as well, whether you're a real estate agent, financial planner, or a Grab driver, or even a hawker, right? You are trading time for money, you don't work, you don't open up for business, you don't get paid. So what does making money while you sleep mean then? It essentially means passive income without much active work. One passive income example is dividend stocks. After you have entered the position, you can actually expect to collect dividends on a quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly basis, depending on the stock. Or another example, property for rental. You can collect rental income every month. Another example is selling an e-book. After you've written the book, you can expect to collect income while you sleep, even when you're not physically working. Now, there are some misconceptions about passive income. Some people think that passive income means after you buy the stock, for example, you can leave it there and you don't have to do anything. That's actually not true. Passive income do require a little bit of active work. For example, you want to monitor the financial markets, you want to know what's going on, you want to know what's the time frame that you're going to hold this investment for so that you know what to do. So in order to do that, you need to educate yourself regularly. Well, the good news is you don't require much time right? Initial work is already done for you to do your analysis, to have your capital ready to enter, and after that is done, the active work that's needed is actually really little. Like for myself, I actually spend about 20 minutes to half an hour to monitor the markets every single weekday. On the weekends, I don't monitor the markets at all. The initial work needed to build your passive income source is not easy because you need to build up the skill sets, you need to have the experience, you need to have the time for you to learn about this particular instrument that you're in. But I guarantee you, over time and experience, as you get better and better, it gets easier and easier. One more thing, don't be afraid of failure. Even losing some money in the process is worth it. It's just like you getting your job, right? You actually paid a lot of money for your education and time, 15, 20 years before you actually land that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 job, correct? So you actually paid money in the process as well. Same as learning any form of investments, you need to have a bit of money set aside for you to learn either through education or even losing some money in the process so that you can then elevate yourself to the next level. As we say in the stock market, higher high, higher low, and then the next higher high, next higher low. So when you hit your higher high and you come to the higher low, you need to have some loss in the market, right? On paper or not, before you then elevate yourself to the next level. The second point is multiple sources of income, which I love. I love that. Does it require work? For sure. But I love the idea that having multiple sources of income actually hedges your future. It is actually part of risk management, and building new skills that gives you different income sources actually can take you all the way to your 70s and your 80s. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather spend your time and energy in learning a skill such as investing in stocks that will serve you in the long run, or spend your time and energy working in a job in a company that belongs to somebody else that's making the owners and the shareholders rich instead of you? The directors and shareholders are actually earning passive income of you doing the hard work for them. They are earning the directors' fees, shareholders' dividends, and an increased valuation of the company allows them to enjoy the increased appreciation for the assets they are holding. But you, on the other hand, you are an ant for the company, a battery pack that can be expendable, and you gain nothing as you are expendable. Let me share with you an example. Let's say you're a software programmer that specializes in Python. And if you're using your software skills only for the company, only for the industry that you're working for, you're actually shortchanging yourself because you can easily find work as a freelancer and build up your own capabilities for yourself. The power of building multiple sources of income is this. It gives you options. It allows you to have multiple choices. That means if you choose to work at your full-time job or not, that's entirely up to you because you have other income sources coming in and you can build financial independence for yourself and your family, which ultimately gives you time freedom. The third and final most important point is banking everything, basically show hand on one single source of income, which is your job. To me, that's the mother of all risk, to bank everything on one particular skill set for one particular type of job in one particular industry, thinking that that will take you through all the way to retirement. Think again, the amount of disruptions, tech disruptions, industry disruptions that's happened just in the last 10 years. You know, even when I left the workforce not long ago, we were talking about robotics, process automation, and machine learning, and neural networks, right? And then suddenly we have blockchain coming in, distributed ledger, decentralization, and then more recently, when Nvidia came in big in the picture, generative AI and OpenAI came out with ChatGPT, and now the latest DeepSeek by the Chinese people have come in and disrupt entirely again. And people like Meta, people like Salesforce, they're actually retrenching people, laying off people, and they don't want the old people or the weak performers. They want to bring in people who are familiar with AI, new engineers, maybe salespeople in to come and push the new technology. That's how fast the industries are changing. The key question you want to ask yourself is, how relevant are you in today's times? Are you even familiar with what's going on in the markets? If you look at the S&P, the top 20 companies 10 years ago, right? And now 10 years later, the entire dynamics have changed as well. They are predominantly dominated by tech companies today compared to 10, 15 years ago by oil companies, by Wall Street companies, banks, of course with tech companies as well, but now the mix is predominantly driven towards technology, and that says a lot, isn't it? My point is always protect yourself. Protect yourself by leveling up your knowledge, keep learning, be open, be coachable, and be willing to consider other people's opinions so that you can ultimately bring all this to help yourself to grow. And that's the best hedge against external environments that you cannot control. Even for retirees like myself, I've been retired for 5 years, it's easy to lapse into that comfort zone and stop learning. And then next thing you know, 10, 20 years later, you are completely cut off from the world, and that's not a situation that you want to find yourself in. Lastly, surround yourself with like-minded people, a community of people who can support you on your goals as you can support theirs. This is me, John, one half of the Corporate Breakout Couple, signing off. I hope this video has served you well. Do hit the like button, subscribe to join this channel, and share this video with all your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Hey, do join us for our free masterclass webinars where you are up your financial literacy, break out the corporate rat race, and gun for your financial independence. Do register for it now.